G'day guys, welcome to my Nrl V2 video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Nrl's Round 5's predictions for 2022 guys. Let's get started. So starting off with our first game of that match, we see the Knights going up against the Manly Seagulls. Now in this game, the Knights, they've been improving a fair bit, but not really. Obviously, the Manly Seagulls haven't got Tom Trbojevic, which sees Telltale Collar going into that number 1 position from obviously the centres. And really interesting move by the Manly Seagulls, hoping they would get a win, but seeing no Tom Trbojevic, no Manly Seagulls at all, because where's that talent and where's that speed that you really want to see for the talent of Manly Seagulls? But obviously another speedster, which that means Telltale Collar, obviously has that speed, but you need to find that endurance if you want to, like, going up against like the Newcastle Knights. They are obviously a really good team. They have been improving a fair bit, but not really 100%. So obviously Kalen Ponga is still in that position. Obviously, like, Dominic Young goes into that number 2 side, which that means finding that one would be Dane Gagai. But obviously in this match, I'm going to go with the Newcastle Knights by 12 points in this game. But this match is going to be one tight of a game, one hell of a run, and I just think that Manly Seagulls will improve, but not enough to concede the Newcastle Knights winning this game by 12 points, and that's what I reckon this will happen. But I don't really concede that it probably will happen, but I reckon that possibly a 40 to 50% chance of that winning by 12 points for the Knights to win. But yeah, let's just see if that concedes that for a win. But obviously the Newcastle Knights, I reckon they'll win by 12 points. The next game of this match, we see the Warriors going up against the Cowboys. Now in this game, this one's going to be a real tough one, because the Cowboys lost a really good they lost big time against the Roosters last week, and I don't think if that will happen with the Warriors, because the Warriors, they've obviously dropped Ben Murdoch-Masila and Jazz Tavanga, which that means Yuan Aiken goes in that number 11 side, and Bailey Sirenan goes in that 12, and then you got 13, I'd say, Josh Curran, that's it. And number 14 would be Cody Nikorima, because obviously Jazz Tavanga was in that number 14 side, but since Cody Nikorima is in that number 14 side, he will play good for the Warriors. But I hate to think if the Cowboys win a very good one, it will be a one hell of a fight, because obviously these two teams aren't really aren't really of talent, these two teams. But it's hard, basically, if you want to play your style of game, but it's how the way you want to concede your games of football. But I just think that in this match, it will be one hell of a fight for the Warriors if they want to win, but it's highly unlikely if they do. But yeah, I reckon the Cowboys will get this one by 8 points in this match, and I reckon Cowboys will do that, because since they lost a big loss against the Roosters, they will come out firing in that game and make it a really good win by 8 points, but not by a big margin, I'd say, for this game. The next game of this match, we see the Broncos going up against the Roosters. Now, in this game, the Broncos haven't been really too good at all. This is another team that hasn't really improved at all, and they haven't really conceded a lot of points lately. And for Tessinu, I just think he needs to be dropped, because he's not a very good player for the fullback side at all. He just he just does nothing for like the team and doesn't really concede like a lot of like ball handling in their defense and fullback, which I know for a fact that the Broncos haven't really conceded a lot of points and they aren't really good of a team at the moment. So obviously, like the Roosters, they've beaten the Cowboys last week 28-4. So I just think that going up against the Broncos, I reckon it'll be another good game. One hell of a game, because the Broncos obviously still have Adam Reynolds going to that number 7, but no Albert Kelly, which that means Billy Walters goes into that number 6 side of that game, and no Thomas Flegler, which that means Cobe Hetherington goes to that number 13 side as well. So a lot of big changes, and it's going to be one big blow for the Broncos, because obviously no Albert Kelly in that game, which that really concedes that if the Broncos want to win, they need to aim up their game and they need to come out firing against the Roosters side, because the Roosters, they will come out firing, and with like Sam Walker, James Tedesco, Daniel Tupou, Joseph Manu, you name it, there'll be one good team that will just concede a lot of points. So I reckon the Roosters by 14 points, and this game will be a one hell of a fight, but the Roosters by 14. The next game of this match, we see the Raiders going up against the Storm. Now, these two teams are one hell of a team, and obviously this game is going to be a real hard game, because the history line that will basically turn you guys off, that the Raiders have been like winning a couple of games, but then the Storm have been winning a couple of games also too. So I hopefully do think that the Raiders will come out firing in this game, but it's going to be one hell of a fight, because obviously like Jack One, he didn't really do much at all, and so didn't Chance Nickel-Klokstad. He didn't do much at all also too. So I just think that how the way the Raiders are at the moment, they aren't really good of a team. And going up against the Storm are just one hell of a team, as I was going to mention about the Panthers, but the Panthers are next anyway, so hopefully if the Panthers basically do win, but I'm not talking about that anyway, so I'm talking about the Storm. So the Storm, like, I just think that this game will be a very tough game, and obviously, like, since the Storm are favourites on Sportsbet, obviously, the Storm, I reckon they will win by not like a big margin, but an average margin. So I'd say like 14 or 18. So I could see the Melbourne Storm coming out on top to win against the Raiders, but I could see an upset, though. I could see an upset, only by 30%. Only by 30%, that's right. So in this game, I'm going to go with the Storm by 18 points, and this game will be one hell of a fight, but Storm by 18. The next game of this match, we see the Rabbitohs going up against the Dragons. Now, this game, the Dragons, since they lost against the Eels, like on Sunday, the Dragons need to pull their socks out and basically come out on top to really get a good win, but I don't see that happening at all. So this one's going to be one easy of a win, but I reckon it's going to be one hell of a game, that I could see this game really coming out on top to really get a good start to their win for the Rabbitohs. But yeah, Latrell Mitchell, he's been playing good at the moment, but not really as good that he will concede for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. But which I do concede that if the Rabbitohs do win this game, I reckon they will. I reckon they will win by, say, 12 points in this game, and I reckon that this game is going to be one hell of a fight. But the Dragons, they were hopeless last week, and they just dropped like Nrl Round, which is a very stupid idea. And no Nrl Round, so Moses and By still goes into that number one side of that team. So obviously in this game, I'm going to go with the Rabbitohs by 10 points in this match, and I could see the Rabbitohs getting a really good win in this game to concede a very good win against the Dragons. But yeah, the Dragons, they'll just be struggling in that game, but yeah, I just don't think they will win. The next game of this match, we see the Titans going up against the Eels. Now, my Parramatta Eels, wow, what a show they played last week against the Dragons. I could see this game being one hell of a team. Sitting on third position, which they don't really sit on third position, they usually sit roughly around 5th or 6th. And they won against the Dragons last week, 48-14. And so, I just think that the Eels, they will do really well. But since we have a really good record against the Titans, sometimes we do lose against the Titans, but it's like saying 30% chance we lose against Titans, but then like the other 50% chance that we win against Titans. So I do concede that a win, but it's going to be real tough and real hard. So I reckon this game will be a very hard game, because obviously like Dylan Brown going up against Alexander Brimson, them two will battle it out, but it's going to be one tough of a game. And last time when we played against the Titans in our home game, it was pretty much hard. And so yeah, I hate to think if the Titans win this game, it won't be by much, but I reckon the Eels will win by approximately 18 points in this game. So yeah, 18 points for the Parramatta Eels. The next game of this match, we see the Sharks going up against the West Tigers. Now, this game is going to be one really good game, because the West Tigers are now sitting on the wooden spoon position, which I think that will happen if like the West Tigers don't concede a win. And quite frankly, the West Tigers have been playing terrible every single game. I know they've been trying, I know they've been conceding really well, but they're just not good enough of a team. And if that happens, though, I just think that the Tigers won't win this game, because the Sharks, they are a really good team, and I love Nicho Hynes. He's a really good player, and he stands out, suits the Sharks 100%. And so I reckon that if this game can really turn out to be a beneficial one, I reckon the Sharks will be a very good team. So obviously in this match, one easy of a win, and the Sharks will do really well. And I could see this a very easy win, and a big win by a big margin. Like, I reckon Nicho Hynes will be the man of the match, and the king of assists I could see is Nicho Hynes in this game. So I reckon though that the Sharks will do really well, and they will. So I'm going to go with the Sharks, one easy of a win, and I'm going to go with them This one's going to be one big of a margin. I'm going to say 32 points. I'm going to go with the Sharks by 32 points, and I reckon they will thrash the West Tigers, and the West Tigers won't play a very good game. And finally, the next game of this match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Panthers now. In this match, this one's going to be a real tough game, and the other one, the Bulldogs, aren't really good of a team, as I just said about the West Tigers. And this team aren't really good of a team at all. And I just cannot believe they've got Matt Duffy, Josh Adokar, Matt Burton, Brenton Aiden, and they still aren't very good of a team. And so I hate to think that in this game it's going to be one hell of a fight, but I could see the Panthers be a very good team. They could steer the Bulldogs apart. I reckon they will. And yeah, I reckon they will, because the Bulldogs aren't just terrible. They're just really terrible. They're terrible, terrible, terrible. Could say another one about them, but I'm not dogging them, I'm not bagging them out. I'm just saying that they're not playing a very good style of football at all. So yeah, it's going to be another one easy win, and I could see that, but it's going to be real tough if the Panthers don't play right. So obviously in this game, it's going to be one big margin of this match. So obviously in this game, I'm going to go with the Panthers by 24 points, and this match will be one easy win against the Bulldogs. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. I'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care guys, stay safe and have a good one. Plus, let's go up to 300 subscribers. We're sitting on 244 anyway, so let's go up to that, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.